Hello beauties, I hope you're doing amazing. My name is Shaz and I love colorful makeup. Today we're going to play around with Culture 2 palette from Juvia's Place. This palette is gorgeous. I bought it from Ulta, or you can buy it on the Juvia's website, or I'm sure other places online. We are going to do swatches and do 3 eye looks. And if that sounds good to you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Let's go into the video. Okay beauties, before we get started, let's take a look at the swatches. Swatches are done on bare skin with no primer. I'm going to use Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is anti-aging. I have used this before and this doesn't really, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I think that is fine. I'm going to use this brush. This is from Michaela Pot 2 collection. These brushes I bought, I think, for $8. I bought the pack of 4 of them, which means they were in a sale, and that means they were each $2, which is a great price. Okay, let's go. This is such an easy palette to work with. I'm using Angelica Nyquist's brushes. This is brush EO2. I'm going to go into this one, Dashiki, and I'm going to just deepen out this outside edge. I'm gonna pick back up the first brush and just blend these 2 colors. And I'm gonna pick the same brush and I'm just gonna try to do the lower lash line with it. Okay beauties, what did I do with the NYX Glitter Primer? Here it is. Let's use a little bit of this. And I'm tapping it in this area. And I'm gonna go into Shuku, this beautiful color. This is like a duochrome. I wanna say purple to gold. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna just tap it here. Okay beauties, the eye look was as simple as that. I used a little bit of this Energy Field Matte from ColourPop. This is from an older release. This was part of a collection. I don't remember the name of the collection, but you know it is ColourPop. They probably have the exact same color. It might just not be this packaging. Anyway beauties, I think any grungy sort of a lipstick would go, or you can also just do nude lips. I felt like a little bit of grunge today. Also, just in case you're wondering, my nails are from Cleona. This is color Hilt, from their stained glass lacquers, and I'm loving these lacquers beauties. So far I've enjoyed this palette. This is the second eye look I'm making with it. I made the first eye look in a to buy or not to buy. I will tag that here, although I combined it with a few other things, but of course it's living up to my expectation from Juvia's. Everything is pretty nice. Let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Jumping back into this beautiful palette, I have already primed my eyes with Painterly from MAC. I think I used this one, Eye Prep Eye Prime from Juvia's, in the video that I did with this palette, the to buy or not to buy that I did. I'm trying to use different kinds of primers so that you can see the behavior of the different colors in the palette and the textures on different primers. Of course, there's also dependency on the texture of my eyes, the oiliness of my lids, all of those things. I want to do a greenish look, so let's go into this one. This is called Festive. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. I'm gonna start by putting this in the inner lid kind of area. Of course, green looks good on me. Everybody, including you all, have been telling me that, so I love this color. Now using this one. This is from Moda, and I bought this in a pack from TJ Maxx, y'all. Just making sure you all know that. I'm gonna go into this color Fufu and just trying to deepen this outer V area. Now, I don't want this color to be this dark, so I'm gonna find another color to blend it out in a second. I'm just doing this a little bit right now to put it down, so don't be dismayed if you're like, oh my goodness, that is kind of patchy, that is kind of dark. It's going to be blended in a second. And before I pick another color to blend it out, I'm gonna look up, and you know, this is kind of a pencil brush, so I'll just look up and brush it under my lower lash line. Loving it. I'm now gonna go into Motherland, this beautiful color up here, kind of a shamrock green. I'm gonna try to bring it at the center here and then use it to blend out this darker color. And then I'm gonna look up and I'm just going to brush this against my lower lash line to diffuse that dark color. This is a brush I bought a long time ago from Sephora. It's a Sephora branded, Sephora professional branded brush, but it's very pointy. Like nowadays that I have very higher end brushes and more expensive brushes, I'm like, this is kind of abrasive for my eye. Anyway, y'all, hopefully Sephora has upped its game since I bought this. Okay, beauties, I'm loving this. Even just keeping it as a matte eye look, the performance of this palette, just look at this. Amazing. I, however, just because we're testing, want to use one of these, maybe this one. Yeah, I think this would be a good one in my inner corner just to pizzazz things up a little bit. I'm gonna pick up this brush. This is from Cosmic Brushes CB6. And I'm gonna go into this color and I'm gonna put this in my inner corner. Just trying to open the eyes with the gold color in the inner corner. You know, when you put shimmers or bright colors in the inner corner, it kind of opens up the eyes. I'm liking that. Very nice. It's totally opening up my eyes. Another thing you could do if you didn't want to use any shimmers, you could use this beautiful yellow in the inner corner. I feel like that's a look I've done many times in my channel, or a look that I've done a look similar to many times in this channel, because I've done a lot of greens in this channel, y'all. And because people keep telling me it looks good on me, I keep doing more of it. But I'm liking this. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna come back with a lip color. Okay, friends, I'm done with the look. I went ahead and put a little bit of this ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip. This is from the Beauty collection. I think I've talked about it in another video. This is an ancient collection. This is probably like 4 years old, maybe even more. It's called Chewaholic. I have no idea, but I highly doubt ColourPop has this in their collection anymore. And talking about this palette, beauties, I'm very impressed by the behavior of the mattes. Just look at how pigmented and blendable they are. You might see a tad bit of patchiness. Again, remember, I'm not 20 anymore, which could kind of cause patchiness. I also have hooded eyes. That could also cause patchiness. And for the level of patchiness I've seen in a lot of other brands, this is nothing, and honestly it's not going to look that bad anyway. I highly recommend it. Just look at the pigmentation and the blendability of these mattes. It's beautiful, and the colors, they're just super vibrant. Again, that's yet another confirmation that I definitely recommend this palette. And we're going to do another eye look with it, but before that, let me bring the camera and show you this eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, I'm back for the third eye look. Also remember, I have done another eye look with this palette in one of my to buy or not to buys. It's linked in the comments box below if you're curious, just so you know. I mix it with another palette in that video. Back into this. I want to do a neutralish type of look. Of course, for me, neutral means something a little bit beyond just browns because I'm not a brown type of a person. But I want to kind of show that you can do that with this palette as well. So let's jump in. I have already primed my eyes with primer potion from Urban Decay. Let's go. So when I say neutralish, the colors that I'm talking about that you can use for creating a neutral look is, you know, you have an olive green, you have this brick orange type of color, you have the orange color, you could possibly do a little bit of yellow. Yellow is going to bring it outside of the neutral realm, but just in case, you can use these two. And then in terms of shimmers, you can use honestly either of these two, this one and that one, which are mostly just goldish, different shades of gold. I'm going to start with putting Queen Vibes in my crease. Is a beautiful orangey type of color, and the brush that I'm using is from the Michaela Pot 2 collection. It's brush number 1. Now with a smaller brush, I'm gonna go into Cape Town. This brush is Morphe E17. I'm putting this on the outer half of my eyelid. This palette has quite a bit of kick up, friends, just letting you all know. It's a lot easier to look down and do this, and then I'm also blending it into that orange color. I'm gonna use the same brush and look up and do my lower lash line. Okay friends, I'm gonna use a little bit of NYX's glitter primer. I'm tapping it here, kind of across my lid. I want to use both of these. So first I'm gonna go into Rivers, which is this one. You see it's a orangey gold. And I'm using this at the center. And because I have fat fingers for the next one, I'm gonna use a brush. This is a Glam Shop brush. 127, and I'm gonna go into Kingdom, this beautiful gold. I'm just trying to avoid any fat finger action. Now I'm going to put this here, and I'm gonna mix the edge into the other color. I'm gonna bring it a little bit into my inner corner. Okay friends, I think my eye look is done. Remember, a lot of times I do a little bit of additional blending off camera, so you do what you need to do based on your eye shape, etc. Also, you can make the same eye look a little more brick color by introducing this brick orange up here somewhere into the mix, and that would make it a little bit more orangey, but I like it this way. I actually like the fact that it is more olivey on the outer edge. Another thing you could do is also, instead of the olive color, you could use this color, and that would just make it a little bit more brown. This palette does not have any brown, which is why you know, it's not super neutral, but this is also a neutral type of color that you could make. You could also make this eye look a tad bit less colorful by adding this color, Palm Kennel, instead of this one. So right now you see a lot of orange, which is a result of this Queen Vibes color, but if you had introduced this color instead, you would not get as much orange. It would be a little bit more lighter toned. Okay beauties, let me now bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay beauties, I'm back. I went ahead and put on my lips a little bit of Bloom to Bloom from ColourPop. This is the lipstick, and I do feel this color, it is a tiny bit more coral than I wanted, but it's okay for now. I don't have the time to go look through all of my lip collection and find a nudie. I wanted something more nude than this, something that's sort of like a super light brown that doesn't have any colorful undertone. But if you have something like that, I think that would make this look even more neutral. I like it though. This is good. Let me quickly tell you about my thoughts on this palette. I already mentioned, love the color story, generally stayed consistent with what I expected from Juvia's Place. And also, I think it's very 2023. I think it's pretty new concept. The color story is fun. It's very summery. It excites me, so I'm loving that. Also, the packaging, everything looks pretty nice, pretty good quality. In terms of the pigmentation, again, it stayed consistent with what I've seen from Juvia's place. If I were to complain about something, there's a little bit of kick up. I think you can already see some of the kick up in the video. You know, some of these colors, the mattes, had additional powderiness. That didn't impact the performance of the shades. So in that sense, there was no issues. I am particularly intrigued by the shimmers. I find them pretty good quality. I find them very fun. Let me move this around to see if you can see the change in these colors, because you have quite a bit of duochromes in this palette, which is not something you would see in the earlier Juvia's Place palettes, but I feel like, you know, those earlier ones are from 2018, 2019, so in those years you wouldn't see duochromes a lot anyway. But you even see, I think this one is a multichrome, because I think you all are seeing gold, and from my angle it's green. So super exciting things. I also love this color. I love this color. Yeah, there are a lot of very interesting colors in this palette that excite me particularly. So that's everything I have to say about this palette for $36 or $37. I think that's a really good price for what you're gonna get. You can make a lot of fun color stories with it. I think it's super suitable for the summer. Am I excited that I own this palette? Absolutely. Would I purchase this palette again if I didn't have it already? Yes. Also, beauties, remember that you can always use someone's code if you're purchasing on the Juvia's website to get some money off, or you can also use one of the Ulta coupons. This is not considered a prestige item, so you can get some money off of it if you're using an Ulta coupon. Okay, beauties, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your thoughts are on Juvia's Place, on this palette, on other Juvia's palettes in the comments box below, or on the eye looks that I created, or anything else you want to share with me. Thanks again for being here with me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already for more content like this. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Until next time. Bye.